Are you thinking about making a podcast? If you are, I know you want to be able to make that podcast in a way that's easy and not complicated. And you want to be able to make that podcast in a way that it's not going to cost you an arm or a leg. Well, I have a solution for you. It's called Anchor. It's the easiest way to make a podcast. It's free. There's creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer. Anchor will distribute your podcast for you so it can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcast, and many more. You can make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership. It's everything you need to make a podcast. Here's what you need to do. Download the free Anchor app today or go to anchor.fm to get started. That's anchor.fm to get started. Start your podcast today. Good afternoon, everyone. It is Monday, July the 13th, 2020. It is currently 2:33 p.m. Central Time. And here is what's currently on. The album I have for you today is called Heavy Nights by the band Evening Hymns. Heavy Nights by the band Evening Hymns. You need to hear this album. Now, you may not want to listen to it in the middle of the afternoon. This is the perfect album when the sun has gone down and the moon has come up, and in the dark hours of the night, you need to cue this album up. You need to hit play. You need to just let the album wash over you. You need to let the album enter into you and just live there for a little while. It is a beautiful late night album. Again, it is called Heavy Nights. Even the title gives you this idea of late at night. You know, a heavy night where you're up, you can't sleep, your mind is going a million miles a second. Put on some headphones. Listen to the album Heavy Nights by the band Evening Hymns. Now, the first track on the album is called I Can Only Be Good. And I absolutely love this album. As soon as you hit play, you kind of get some of that analog hiss, and then it just brings you in slowly. And then at right about the 1 minute 48 second mark, 1 minute 48 second, 1 minute 49 second mark, right there, somewhere between 1 minute and 48 seconds, 1 minute and 49 seconds, you're going to hear it. And it's an instrument you don't hear a lot in indie rock. It's an instrument you don't hear a lot in pop music in 2020. You're going to hear the very, very amazing sounds of a saxophone. Yes, on an indie rock album in 2020, you're going to hear a saxophone. Now, there have been a few albums released lately where the saxophone has shown up. So are we on to a new trend? I don't know, but it works perfectly. It works perfectly in this song. Again, the name of the song, I Can Only Be Good, from the album Heavy Nights, by the band Evening Hymns. And you've got to check this out. You really have to check it out. It's, the entire album is only 8 songs, 38 minutes long. It was released in 2020, a few weeks ago. It's currently on my summer 2020 week 5 playlist on Apple Music. If you want to find my playlist and subscribe, look for, just do a search for Trevor Hammack. It's Hammack, Hammack. Download my, you can subscribe to my playlist. I have lots of playlists. What I basically do is during the summer, every week, I create a new playlist to kind of keep track of the music of summer 2020, summer 2019. So I'll have summer 2020 week 1, summer 2020 week 2, summer 2020 week 3. Now, this is just some of it's music I'm listening to during the summer, and I want to be able to remember what I was listening to in the summer of 2020. Some of this is music that is obviously making a statement right now during this year, and some of it is music that I think you need to be paying attention to because it may be getting some buzz coming up soon. And then once the summer is over, I go back to my monthly playlist called Music Radar, and it'll be like Music Radar, September 2020, Music Radar, October 2020. And it's a monthly playlist where I put, which kind of tracks the music that's on my music radar, and it should be on yours. So if you'll look up my profile on Apple Music, Trevor Hammack, Hammack, follow me. Check out all my playlists. You can keep up with the latest music. You can keep up with music you need to know, music you should have already known about. If it's related to music, that's a good way to keep up. And you can see what I'm listening to on a regular basis. But that's what I want you to do today is go, whatever streaming service you use, look up the band Evening Hymns. It's an indie rock album. This is an indie band. The name of the album is Heavy Nights, and the track that I placed on my playlist is I Can Only Be Good, the first track on the album, 4 minutes, 19 seconds long, at around the minute 49 second mark. You're going to hear that sound of the saxophone. It just really adds atmosphere to the track. Really is a great opening track, and this is the album. Late at night, this is the album I put on, man. This is the album I put on. You can turn off all the lights, put on some headphones, and just live in it for 38 minutes. I mean, 38 minutes. You can do that. Put your phone down. Turn the phone off. Turn off all distractions and just sit there for 38 minutes. That would be an exercise in discipline in 2020, since a lot of people have some problems doing that. So some basic information. Evening Hymns is a Canadian indie folk rock band. All right. And basically its core member is singer and songwriter Jonas Bonetta, Bonnetta. Jonas Bonetta. If I am mispronouncing his name, I'm sure he's going to hear this podcast and contact me. All right, Jonas Bonetta. The remainder of the band consists of a rotating collective of musicians, and they list a number of them here. They've released, their first album was released in 2007. Second album was released in 2009. They released an album in 2012, 2015, and now in 2020. To be fair, if I've heard them in the past, it didn't hit me the way this album did. This album really, really got my attention. Again, the band is Evening Hymns. The name of the album is Heavy Nights. And the track that I would, look, even if you don't want to listen to the whole thing, listen to I Can Only Be Good. That's not the single they released. I don't know why that wasn't the single they released. During the middle of a pandemic, a lot of people are stressed out. There's just a beautiful melancholy to the track, just a beautiful melancholy. Let me go through some of the lyrics for you from this track. I can only be good. I don't want to fall in love again. So don't tell me how your gardens grow, or what you do inside when winter snows, or all the places you have lived before, or all the places that you long to go. When your mind and body, they get old, and your heart, you find it getting cold, will I run out of charming stories to be told? I don't want to fall in love again. Wandering around in a dream with you, making up lists of things to do. All in all, those nights were sweet but few. Reality comes beaming through. It's easy to feel incomplete with all the joy laying at my feet. It's the king's clothes. I'm still dirty and I'm cheap. I don't want to fall in love again. Don't tell me about your favorite films or the winter that you spent in Spain. I wouldn't let you put a record on. Don't tell me about your bad day. Don't tell me that your dad is cool. Never suggest that we should just go away. I can only be good for a little while. I don't want to fall in love again. It's obviously there's kind of a melancholy there. It's kind of an emotional kind of lyric. And the saxophone just really, that's the thing that hooked me. It really was. If it wasn't the saxophone, this is one of those things. I don't know if the album would have hooked me, but I bought it, I was sold right there. And then the rest of the album really adds to it. But I think the first track is the most powerful one. Definitely check it out. Again, the name of the band, Evening Hymns, the name of the album, Heavy Nights, not Heavenly Nights, Heavy Nights, indie rock, indie folk rock, released 2020. It's definitely something you need to be streaming. I would love to hear what you think about the album. And man, The band, they need to get some, they deserve some attention. I know this album is going to float right under the radar and no one's going to pay any attention to it. But hey, listen to it and share it with other people. Evening Nights, name of the album, Heavy Nights. Evening Hymns is the name of the band. The name of the album, Heavy Nights. Listen to it, enjoy it, and that is what is currently on for this Monday, July the 13th, 2020 at 2:42 p.m. Central Time. Enjoy listening.